Hello, friends! Probably many of you know that Keanu Reeves is considered to be the most kind and helpful man in all of Hollywood. This is surprising and strange, considering how cruel fate was to him. Few people know that he was born in Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, and that at the age of 3, he was abandoned by his father. He grew up with 3 different stepfathers, and on top of it, had to take care of his little sister. Keanu Reeves' father was an unusual man. He did not have a university degree and received his matriculation certificate in prison. His mother moved to Toronto, but the boy's troubles did not end there. His classmates laughed at him because of his dyslexia, as a result of which he ended up changing 4 schools in 5 years, including an acting school from which he was expelled. After which he continued his studies at a Catholic school for boys. The future actor, however, ended up leaving that school before receiving his matriculation certificate. Around the same time, Keanu began to play hockey. His teammates even nicknamed him The Wall because he was a first-class goalkeeper and felt confident on the ice. But his dream of becoming a hockey player was shattered by a serious car accident. When Keanu was just starting to recover from it, his best friend passed away from a drug overdose. Those were his early years, at which point the young man had no idea what awaited him in the future. Despite all the hardships and heartbreak, he found the strength to keep going. He moved out of his parents' home and into his friend's basement. He began to work 3 jobs simultaneously. He sharpened skates at the local hockey rink, cut bushes in parks, and cooked spaghetti in an Italian restaurant. After some time, he finally found his soulmate, who made him the happiest person alive. Fate, however, prepared another blow for him. Their first child was a stillborn baby girl. Keanu was still coping with this loss when 2 years later, his beloved wife had also passed away. The young woman lost control of the car and died in a terrible car accident. At that time, Keanu was only 37 years old. Despite his successful career, he felt all alone in this vast and cruel world. The only living creature who made it worth coming home was his beloved dog. When he closed his eyes before going to sleep, Keanu saw only emptiness. We don't know how each of us would have acted in his shoes, but despite everything that happened, Keanu still made it a priority to be a righteous human being. Even after 20 years, Keanu did not get over the tragedy in grief. He never remarried, nor did he have any more children. Nevertheless, he found a way to realize himself, namely, by helping make the world a better place. At the peak of his popularity, Keanu established a fund to fight cancer and has been donating about 70% of his royalties to cancer research. This decision was influenced by the illness of his beloved little sister, Kim Reeves, who had struggled with leukemia for 10 years and fortunately defeated the disease. Reeves even became the guardian of his younger sister, and it is thanks to him that she is still alive and enjoying life today. This, however, is just one small example of the incredible generosity of this actor. His kind deeds are even more popular than the main parts that he plays in movies. For example, when the young actor was filming The Lake House, he accidentally overheard a conversation between 2 costume designers. One of them sobbed and told her friend that she was going to lose her house if she did not pay $20,000 by the end of the month. She and her children would end up homeless. It's likely that things would have turned out exactly like that. However, having heard that conversation, Keanu Reeves deposited the necessary amount into the woman's account that same day. Nobody asked him to do it, but he decided that it was the right thing to do. The young woman said that she and her family will never forget this incredible act. But that was only the beginning. After receiving his huge earnings from the Matrix trilogy, Keanu did not spend it on expensive trinkets like many of his colleagues, nor did he invest it in his own future. Instead, he chose to share it with the entire crew. He shared his money with the people whom we don't see on screen, namely the makeup artists, costume designers, stuntmen, and understudies. He gave a Harley-Davidson motorcycle to his stuntman and helped another member of the crew solve the family's financial problems. In total, he gave away approximately $50 million of his own money to the crew. Can you imagine such a thing? Reeves believes that the crew are the real heroes, without whom none of the films would have been possible. What's most surprising about this story is that this person dines with the world's biggest celebrities is friends with the most famous people in Hollywood, but still continues to remain a simple and modest guy in his everyday life. You'll never see him with security guards because he simply doesn't have any. Instead, you will often see him on the subway giving away his seat to a stranger or on a park bench feeding pigeons. He does not spend millions on expensive clothes and luxury, but instead buys the clothes that are on sale. He really doesn't like to waste money on trivial things and prefers to donate huge amounts to children's hospitals as well as other worthy causes. In 1997, the paparazzi caught 33-year-old Keanu Reeves spending his morning in the company of a Los Angeles homeless man. They conversed for a few hours, after which nobody saw the homeless man on that corner ever again. Perhaps he went on to start a new life. In 2010, another series of pictures traveled around the world. On that unremarkable morning, Keanu walked in an ordinary bakery and bought himself a pastry with a single candle in it. He proceeded to eat the pastry alone in front of the bakery. He offered coffee to those people who stopped to talk to him and did not refuse their requests to take pictures with them. That's how the mega-popular and rich actor celebrated his 46th birthday. With ordinary people on the street next to a bakery, rather than in a palace with the Hollywood elite. Few people know that the actor regularly gave up 90% of his asking price in order to increase the movie's budget and enable it to star other famous actors, which it would otherwise not be able to afford. This amounted to him dividing up his own money among the entire cast. Thanks to him, many famous people appeared in different movies. So when famous people engage in charitable giving, they make it known to the entire public. But Keanu never made big proclamations about engaging in charity. He does it out of his own personal values and because he has a kind heart, rather than to gain points from others. Even today, you can see him having lunch at a park bench or walking into a subway station. This man can buy absolutely anything he wants, but instead he gets up every morning and chooses the one thing that money cannot buy, namely, to be a good person. Many consider Keanu to be sad or depressed, but he says that he's a very happy person. He once said in an interview that the clean clothes and food that he has are more than enough for him. We wish Keanu health and success and greatly admire his actions. Hopefully, there will be more people like him in the future. A man of the world, a wonderful actor, and most importantly, a man with a big heart.